Hello, I'm going to do a quick video. This is a little unusual. This is well, unusual compared to what I'm usually after here. This is an '08 Polaris RZR 800. This is the buggy that started the whole frickin' sport off-road craze. I have the driver's side seat out. The problem here is, and it's really common, that the gas gauge on your bezel does not work. So I pulled the pump. Here's the fuel pump sitting on my bench here. You gotta be really careful when you take it out because there is a float arm that clips in right here. You can easily remove this float arm if you gently pop her out this way. There's some clips here you may or may not be able to see. Anyway, what I saw when I pulled it open, not that this was damaged like this, it was here damaged. So what happens is this float gets saturated with gasoline and it just won't float. It just sinks. So that's a problem. And this is a pretty common problem. The gas gauge doesn't work. Like I said, this chunk here, this large chunk, was not taken out. I actually cut that with a side cutter to see if this was if this float was saturated, and it indeed is. You can tell it feels heavier than this is one I just have laying around, significantly more heavy. And then when you squeeze, hope you can see this. You can see all that gas that's in there, completely gas logged, water logged with gasoline, and it just won't float. So what you can do is pull the pump. This is the fuel pump here. You want to disconnect a couple lines. I would have started this at the beginning, but it kind of caught me by surprise here. This is the main high pressure fuel line. This is the connector for the fuel sending unit, and then there's one more fuel return line that's a rubber clear line that comes to it that's held on by a spring clip that you won't see right here. Also, one other thing, somebody had tried to do this before, and these two bolts where there's a brass bushing inside here, the brass bushing was just spinning around in there. I'm going to put the brass bushing back in with 5-minute epoxy. Hopefully that'll hold. And you can see if you look on the bottom, the brass bushings are actually still attached to the top or the bottom side of the fuel pump. So I'll just get those out and I'll reattach them with a 5-minute epoxy, and hopefully that'll be just fine. Otherwise I got to replace the entire gas tank. But not to get off topic, the whole topic being that the fuel level sensor did not work. The float was had a little blemish in it, completely got waterlogged with gasoline. I have many fuel pumps laying around here. I just took one off that's going to work just fine, and I'm going to figure out a way to switch this over. You can obviously you should be able to just buy this float, or maybe it will come with this part, which has the little metal strip on there that will tell the gas gauge where your level is at. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to replace this little float with the one that is good, and that will fix my problem. And this is a pretty common problem with these RZRs, Polaris, anything like that you got going on with no gas gauge. Just if you can get in and take a look, make sure your float's not waterlogged. Otherwise, instead of buying the entire fuel pump assembly, you can just buy this. That will save you a lot of money. So I hope I helped some people with their common problem. If so, and you liked this video, which was kind of last minute, but I appreciate your viewership, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have many more videos on many other different vehicles, applications, lawnmowers, a couple reviews. Thank you for watching.